Hello, this is a tutorial of how to finish your 2.06 introduction. So again, everyone, we were working in quarter 1 on this writing process, and many of you have this assignment done. If you're a new student or if you forgot to complete it last quarter, then this is what you need to start with so that you can be successful for the rest of your paper. All right, so 2.06 says this. Make sure that you have your informational research chart open. Hopefully it's all done. So that was this 2.04, your research chart. And we're going to start the introduction. Now, what's great is I've divided the introduction up into 3 different pieces: the hook, the bridge, the thesis. Then we're going to put it all together for a full introductory paragraph. All right, so let's begin with a hook. A hook is something that catches your reader's attention so that they are interested in your topic. Oftentimes, it might be a question. So I'm going to start mine by saying, isn't it crazy to think that 200 years ago, farmers were working their fields by hand over hours and days? All right, I see my little typo. Now I'm doing something with farmers because my invention is called the widget, which is a made-up invention. You need to think about your invention. If it's cars, maybe you would say, isn't it crazy to think that 100 years ago, people didn't have a way to go from place to place as efficiently as we do now? And then I might say something like, sadly, farmers did not have the technology we have today to help ease the manual labor required to get good crops at harvest time. So you might say something to the effect of, isn't it crazy to think that 50 years ago, people didn't have a cell phone? Sadly, communication was very delayed in years past. All right, so 1 to 2 sentences for your hook. Statistic, surprising fact, something to make your readers stop and think. This next part, the bridge. So if you need to, pause the video so you can write your hook. The next part is the bridge. The bridge is going to come directly from this part of your informational research chart. You need to know who invented your item and when it was invented. That's going to help you with your bridge. So in my example, I'm going to say in 1997, which is, again, remember, made up date because my widget isn't a true invention. But according to my research, it was created in 1997. A famous inventor decided that farmers across the world needed a break. And then you can say who created it. So go back and look at your chart. Who created? If it's Carl Benz, say Carl Benz. Mine is going to be Professor Smith created the widget to help farmers do their back-breaking work with very little effort. And then I might say the nature of farming was changed forever. So a couple sentences about when your invention was created and who created it. It might say the nature of communication was changed forever. The nature of transportation was changed forever. The nature of how we play games was changed forever based on your topic. So if you need to, pause the video and write your bridge. All right. The last bit, the very last sentence of your introductory paragraph needs to be your thesis. The thesis is what the rest of your article is going to be about. Now remember, your article is about how your invention impacted society in both positive and negative ways. It needs to be one sentence. I'm going to start mine by saying widgets have been an important part of farming life, and widgets have both positive and negative effects on farmers and their crops. Boom. You might say automobiles have been an important part of daily life. However, automobiles have both positive and negative effects on society. Solar panels have been an important part of recent life. However, they have both positive and negative effects on society. Once you have your thesis down, then you can start copying all your different parts that you wrote. So start with your hook, add your bridge, and then finally include your thesis. So it's all down here into one full introductory paragraph. You're going to want to remember to indent. So put your cursor next to the beginning and hit your space bar 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Read it through, make sure that it makes sense. You don't have any spelling errors. I'm going to make mine all black so that it looks nice for Mrs. Conrath when she is reading it over. I see I have a little bit of an issue here, so I'm going to change that. And now you should be ready to turn it in. So again, make sure that it is shared with your teacher. Click the share button and then add Andrea Conrath. Add I forward. Boom. Send it. And then you can turn this in on Buzz. There you go. Now you're ready for the next part of writing your paper. Good job.